friends, we are in Morocco today, here on Dalet Elul, the 4th of Elul, marks the Hilula of a really great Moroccan rabbi, Rabbi Shmuel Nahon Z. He was actually born back in the English year 1830 and passed away in 1900, actually to be precise, on the 29th of August, approximately 70 years of age. He was a great rabbi, he was a great darshan also, he was a great posek halacha, and he was part of the Jewish court. He was an Bet Din actually, and he was a rabbi of the prominent Torah area in Morocco called Tטואן, which was a really, really prominent position, and was one of the great rabbis of the city in of itself, respectively. So let's explore a few of the highlights of the life of Hacham Shmuel Nahon. So he was actually born in Tטואן, and we related over his father actually was a great rabbi, Hacham Yitzchak. He actually happened to be one of the main great sages of that specific area in Morocco, also respectively, and he was part of one of the greater rabbis of that generation, and very much helped with in regards to sustaining that specific great kehila. And many of the great rabbis from this position, from this family, actually were representing the Torah side of the official positions within regards to the whole encompassment of the area for several generations. It's actually interesting. He actually studied with various different sages in the city, the great rabbis of the area in itself. He encompassed a great general education also, as well as learning huge amounts of Torah also. He was actually very proficient when it came to history, general world history also, and general sciences also. And he knew multi-languages. He was a linguist. He knew Hebrew very well. He knew French and also Spanish. These were many of the main languages at that point in time also. And he was very interested in the Jewish situation all over the world, especially even as far as what was going on in Russia, in Europe. He very much had a huge appetite to know what's going on in all those different places, and he wants to know how the Hebrew language is developing all across the world in of itself. It's actually, he was involved in a lot of teaching and a lot of Torah also. I think at that point in time, the Alliance school network was very much coming all throughout various different countries, especially Northern African countries also. So I think he was also somewhat connected also with the Alliance network of schools also to some degree. I think possibly injecting more Judaism within regards to through that system, but there was different systems. There was Alliance. There was also Torah, which I believe the Torah school system in of itself was a more Torah framework throughout the day. More Torah hours was dedicated to it in of itself. But he was had a very, very great stature in the city also. So at a later stage, he added greater positions within regards to his curriculum, his CV in of itself. He became the Bet Din, the head of the Jewish court in this place in of itself, and who was also part of the general Chavrei Bet Din of including various rabbis, including Rabbi Shmuel Israel and Rabbi Shem Tov ben Walid. Also, these were really great rabbis of Morocco, and I think this specific great Bet Din in of itself, they were actually connected with the various other Bet Dins all throughout Morocco and throughout the Sephardi countries. Are very much corresponding with many of the different areas in of itself. And many of the rabbis from Morocco would come to him asking him within regards to questions, within regards to halacha also respectively. And he would also be collaborating and relating over to many other people. It's actually interesting. In the city, he did many of the hands-on works, not just being part of the Bet Din of itself. He would go to funerals. He would, I believe, officiate weddings over there. He would do a lot of the various different important works which is needed in the city of itself. And Tטואן, I think we've spoken about this specific city in of itself. Many of the different people there were maybe related over probably about 3 or 4 rabbis already, at least from that area, possibly even more. And it's actually interesting, at that point in time, there was the community in of itself was grappling with different questions within regards to how easy or how difficult should conversion be in the country of Morocco and of itself. Because I believe at that specific point in time, or later on in Syria, they put on either takanot. So they had different discussions at that point in time of what's a level of the bar within regards to, let's say, Geirut and all those different questions also of itself. Included among his Talmidim was another great rabbi, including Rabbi Yehuda Leon Kalfon, who was a very, very great rabbi also in the Tטואן area, and he himself will become part of the Bet Din, and he will become a Rosh Yeshiva and a rabbi in Tטואן of many of the great rabbis learned actually from Morocco in of itself respectively also. And actually various different historians had so much great stuff to say within regards to the rabbi in of itself. He passed away on Dalet Elul, to be precise, in the year 1900, 124 years ago. Hey Taf Reish Samach in Tטואן, respectively. And he was eulogized by many of the great people. There was eulogies taking place in Fez, all over, I believe also in Tiberias, if I'm not mistaken. Also, they sent away the great rabbis over there, sent a condolency, strong message to him and his family about how great of a rabbi he was in of itself. It's actually interesting also, he had other various connections also. There was in Jerusalem a special Keren Ben Shemen was actually set up in his memory, I believe, from Rabbi Moshe Gershon, actually set this up also. And I believe even in Venezuela, there is a Kehila congregation called the Beit Shmuel, which is named after him. Very, very prominent and very great honor that they actually gave him. He actually wrote different manuscripts also and different books also. I think one of them was called the Paskei Din, which I believe was printed in various different rabbis of Morocco in of itself also, and I'm not sure it was in a manuscript form, or I'm not sure if it was published in of itself. Then there was a Drashot Vasveidim also, which was, I believe, which was also printed within regards to the organization of the Keren Ben Shemen, which we mentioned before, which was set up by Rabbi Moshe Gershon also in, I believe, in Jerusalem in of itself. So a lot of things were put in his memory, a lot of commemorations there were after him all across the world, it seems like, within regards to that. And I think there were various books printed in the Moroccan rabbis that actually had his teachings included. It's his Hilula here today. Please don't forget to light candles in his memory. Dalet Elul. Wishing all a good day, and please subscribe to the channel and like the buttons and share